Confession time. I've never played Chrono Trigger. While I am old enough to have played it on release, my first console was a PS3. Before then, I played on C64, Amiga and PC. So I never went anywhere near any of the platforms it was on. I know, I'm not a real gamer. Technology, of course, improved, and eventually I could play it through emulation or the re-release on Steam. However, at that point in my life, I was going through a phase where I wasn't particularly fond of Japanese-style RPGs. I thought they all had the same plot. You know, your mum wakes you up from bed, and after an intro bit, you're found to be the special one, and then you save the world with your friends. You know, the plot of every YA novel ever. And then later I realised I liked Skyrim, where you were the special one, and you saved the world with...
I am sworn to carry your burdens.
You get the picture. This setup is to let you know I'm not coloured by nostalgia. I didn't grow up with this. I don't have a massive place in my heart for SNES RPGs. I don't even really know what the game is about. I just know time travel is involved in some way, and that it always appears in lists of the top RPGs of all time. And time it is. Time I got Rads playing it. Please don't kill me. I'm going to be playing the original SNES version of this game, so I'll be getting the original experience, not any of the bells and whistles that came later, and I will, of course, be trying to avoid spoilers, or at least noting them down before they arrive, because you might not have played it either. Also, I do own Chrono Trigger on Steam, so please don't come after me. Let's go! I'm not gonna lie, when I woke up in a room and my mum came to get me, my heart sank. I mean, it's like, really? We're gonna start like this? But I said I was gonna stick with it, so stick with it I did. And after being introduced to a few characters, I fell back in time. I felt like I played enough for the day, and it was a good time to save, so... Oh, hang on a minute. When the heck can I save? Oh, thanks internet. That doesn't seem so bad so far. I've seen worse on modern RPGs. Then the Back to the Future style plot starts, and I have to admit, it's got me. I'm interested and invested enough to continue. And by the time that's resolved, the characters have got me. They're archetypes, sure, but they're well-defined archetypes, and god damn it, I want my Frog Knight back. There are some really nice touches in the combat system, like some enemies needing to be attacked by a certain element to break their armour. And thankfully you can turn the active battle system off. That was always the worst in my opinion. You get the slowness of turn-based but without the chance to sit and think tactically. Now I've been playing this a while, the saving is becoming an issue. Yes, there are save points, yes you can save in the map, but some of those areas can be quite big, and if you haven't played this before, you don't know how big or where the next save point is, so you really have to make sure you have a fair chunk of time to play. No 5-minute blasts on this one. But it is a console game from the 90s, so it does have that excuse. I got to a certain boss in the game and realised some light grinding may be required. No spoilers, but it rhymes with Chungus. Thankfully, the area leading up to him is pretty much perfect for grinding, which leads me to talking about the design. This game is exceptionally well designed. It feels surprisingly modern. Encounters aren't random, you can see the monsters and even run past them if you like. Interactions are all one button rather than menu diving, and despite it having no objective list, it's well written enough that you're pretty much never in doubt where to go. Remember, I'm playing the original SNES version here, so this is how it was in 1995. Even leaving out the story, I can absolutely see why this has a great rep. But talking of the story, it isn't perfect. Okay, there's gonna be spoilers for this bit. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go! The Back to the Future plot at the start is great, and had they based the entire game around that, it would have been really good. But then after the trial, you're catapulted into the future, and see the world as it is desolated in 2300. There are a few survivors still around, and Lavas attacked the world in 1999, which has domes. There's 4 years from the release of this game to 1999, so you best get building those domes. Then the plot of the game shifts to trying to stop this catastrophe. This feels a bit weird to me. If someone told me the world was going to end in the year 3000, attacked by a giant fire monster, the only thing I'd think at this point is, wow, we lasted that long? I certainly don't think stopping it will be on my list of priorities above trying to pay the bills. You can't help there being a kind of disconnect there. There's no personal connection as to why they should be involved in this. It's all so far in the future. Only thing I can think of is meeting the people of 2300 and not wanting them to suffer like that. Or maybe I'm just a cold-hearted monster. Yeah, it's probably that. The point is that after this, it starts going a bit more generic video game plot with added time travel, and that's a shame. It's not a bad generic video game plot, but it is one all the same. So that's the spoilers out of the way. You can come out from under your bed now. I'm glad I chose to play this for a video, because I have to admit, if I was playing it just for myself, I'd have probably given up near the end. It does become a real chore, and I had to take frequent breaks so I didn't lose my mind completely. All the clever plot hints kind of start to fail towards the end with the optional stuff, and what you're supposed to do, and where you're supposed to do it, is an awful lot more opaque. And the problem is, the optional stuff isn't that optional, because trying to beat the end game without completing them, or doing a lot of additional grinding, would be a proper nightmare. As it is, I cracked and referred to guides, and even then I had to do a bit more grinding. But that's because I forgot megalixirs existed. Oops. When I did complete the game, I felt a rush, I have to admit, and the ending was really very satisfying. Now, I know I've been maybe a bit negative sounding about this, but really, I thoroughly enjoyed my time with this game. It gripped me in a way I didn't expect, and while the game may falter near the end, the rest of it was very much worth it. I came into Chrono Trigger expecting a game that was only considered good because of nostalgia, and came away understanding the hype for it. If you have any interest in JRPGs and haven't played this yet, you should probably get on that. I certainly should have. I am planning to do more videos like this, no matter how badly or well this goes down. Honestly, at this point I'm really not doing it for the views, because having the video in the back of my mind made me determined to complete it, and that's something I'd like to do with other games in the future. In fact, if you have ideas for games like that, then let me know in the comments. Anyway, till next time.